This podcast shares personal experiences only. It is not medical advice. Always speak with a qualified healthcare professional about your own healthcare decisions. Any treatments mentioned are part of personal stories and are not recommendations or promotion of any medicines. I don't think people know. We can't hear the music, so we don't know what part this is going to be at.
Can't hear anything.
No, can't hear anything because music, folks, gets added in after we have done the recording. So it does, yeah. Belinda, I'm going to show you. So you weren't impressed with my Sports Direct mug last episode.
Oh, yuck.
Is this better?
So as a design, it's a bit better, but the size would not. No. A, I don't drink tea, and B, when I do drink coffee, I like to have it out of a dainty cup.
Okay, what about this one?
Oh, yes. Coffee, for coffee.
That could be sitting there. God, I don't know how many days that's there. Because obviously this one. And then... yeah, folks, you need to look at the video for the context here. We did actually get some people in on the WhatsApp saying that they also had an appreciation for the Sports Direct mugs. So there we go.
They're too big. Got it.
Yeah. No, they're not.
Move on.
They're wonderful.
We'll start fighting.
Which is a good reminder, folks. If you do want to send us a WhatsApp, you can do. You can find the number or the little link just to click in the show notes, and you can just tap it there and send us a wee message. Also,
and Paddy, don't you have a link to something there belonging to you in the show notes?
Oh, just my socials at the moment. That's okay.
All right.
Yeah, there's my socials and stuff like that.
And is there a link to my group, my subscribers group, the next chapter?
There is.
Is there?
Of course
good,
there is.
good.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Belinda, we had Luke in our last episode from TaylorMade. Loved that episode. Great chat, and I think a great insight into obviously both how to think about training from if you're starting out and kind of overcome the gym and all that. But I loved also the kind of dynamic of you and Luke and being able just to like weave in about kind of your experience and stuff like that. That was really, really nice.
Because he was there from day one.
Yeah.
Cool. And he's only recent, because I've been there nearly 14 months now, and he's only the past couple of months been promoted and moved out of the gym to area manager, I think it is. So he's seen me go all the way up, you know.
Area or aerial?
Aerial.
Aerial.
Yeah, is it area? Area manager? I don't know.
He's in charge of like the channels.
Airplanes. Yeah, sure. Why
like
not?
The BBCs and the RTEs.
Is it area?
Like a TV area, like rabbit's ears.
Shut up, Patrick. Anyway.
Area manager. As in like the area where you live. Right.
Yes, that's the one, yeah.
I went down a rabbit hole yesterday looking. I did a Google. I don't often do this. I used to back in the day. I used to Google myself. But about the podcast, every now and again you'll find little mentions of and stuff. But I found stuff over on Mumsnet and on Reddit where people were recommending the podcast to people, which I thought was lovely. Yeah, it was lovely to see. Yeah. So thank you, thank you, folks. If you
must have a little
and I just see, like, even in some of the Facebook groups and stuff like that. So if you're somebody that has ever mentioned us in like any of the forums or whatever, good or bad, because look at publicity's publicity.
Good publicity is any kind of publicity,
exactly.
Isn't it?
But thank you. We do really, really appreciate it when people kind of recommend us or tell their friends or stuff like that about us. But Belinda,
and people love recommending stuff, don't they? I just put up a story there yesterday about a new sports bra and new shoes for running. And wow, people love recommending.
I thought you were going to go into full TikTok shop mode and about how you're going to be like the new QVC off like TikTok. Do you ever watch QVC?
Yeah, I used to love it. Do you know that QVC was some kind of, what are they called? Infomercials?
Infomercials, yeah.
Infomercials. When I lived in New Zealand, there was the infomercial for the Atkins diet. And it was so long ago, it was back in the Stone Ages, that they sent us a VCR cassette. Is that what they called them?
Yeah, the
ones you would put into the actual, what were they called?
like tape cassettes, VHS.
Yeah, VHS. Yeah. They sent us those and a book, and we bought them at like 2:00 in the morning.
Oh my
Myself
God.
and my friend Mel. Yeah.
I bought this really random thing when I was a child. I used to be obsessed with. There was this thing called the magic flying lure for fishing. Right? I used to go fishing a little bit when I was younger. Ironically, I don't eat fish. But as an adult then, I often look back, whatever happened, that magic flying lure that I never bought but used to watch and be obsessed with? How could this thing catch all these fish? And I dug it out and I found it on eBay and I bought it. And I've it in a box somewhere for the past like 20 years. Yeah.
You've never used it?
Never used it, yeah. But I used to be obsessed with QVC. Absolutely obsessed.
Yeah,
that would have been one of my dream jobs. Yeah.
Yeah. I actually did a TikTok shop ad over on my TikTok page. Would you believe that?
TikTok, TikTok, yep.
Yeah, that's a mouthful. Yeah. It was for the viral lip plumping. Oh my God, it's stunning. So if anybody's looking for that, head on over to my TikTok
But
page.
Did you not have lips done?
Yeah.
So is this not a double plump?
Yes,
is this a double plump you've done?
Yeah,
oh my God.
Yeah.
Belinda, double plump Hogan.
Yeah. Oh, that's horrendous. That's horrendous, but great, obviously. Have I spoken about my anti-wrinkle treatment that I got done? I don't think I have.
I think you mentioned it briefly in the last episode. I can't remember, but yeah,
that I was going to get it. Yeah,
no, I think because I think I was saying that you didn't look really surprised. But I think I was saying
2 weeks ago we had.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. Anyway, I'm living my best life with it.
Yeah, you look about 49 years younger. Yeah.
Fab. Yeah, I look like a baby.
You look like a baby.
I haven't even been born yet. Yeah.
But what is going on in life, Belinda?
I was just going to say that is my life update.
How is maintenance treating you?
Oh, God almighty. And I say this all the time, but there's only one thing to say about maintenance, and it's messy. Like that's my personal experience. Some people may be able to go into it, and for it to be just a downward trajectory for them, and be stable all the way through it. I have upped my movement like a lot. I've taken up running now properly. Last week I started. I've got a program in my ears.
I loved your
Paddy,
reel with the poncho.
Paddy, never in my life have I laughed at myself so hard. And I thought to myself, Belle, you can't put this shit up on Instagram. You really can't. And then I thought, actually, do you know what? I can. And I'll put leprechauns and gnomes in it as well. I loved it.
Yeah. Do you know what?
Gone this way and then this way. Yeah. So funny. I'm so funny. I never knew.
Yeah. People laugh all right.
I know. Yeah, I know they do. And then Sean picked me up on one of my reels that I did on Instagram as well. I was talking about, the medication and what have you. And I had a refresher.
Yes. I was going to comment.
But he said, what you do with a big bar of refresher? I said, well, anyone can eat refreshers, but it is an air freshener, actually.
Oh, okay. I do love refreshers, but though they're stuck in your teeth for like weeks afterwards.
A funny fact about me, Paddy, I absolutely detest any kind of sweet, any kind of anything that has a flavour of fake fruit in it. I would never eat a Skittle, a Starburst, a refresher. It just makes me gag. Don't know. I've been like that for jellies. Same thing.
I love them. Yeah. No, I love them. I do. Yeah.
Our little fella Jay now. He just adores them, and my mum does as well.
Yeah. I have anything particularly strawberry flavor. Love it.
No, you see, yeah.
I don't like say blackcurrant or banana or stuff like that, but strawberry stuff, big. Yeah.
The most I would go would be banana. That's the most I would go because it's subtle. And even in my protein powders and all of those kind of things, it's always vanilla.
Yeah. So that's good. So, and would banana be a go-to thing for you in day-to-day life?
Yeah. I love Zanelle banana.
Yeah.
Especially mashed up and put on toast, mashed up, put in my porridge.
Now, remember, if you're in Cinnamon World, one of those, smashing it up would be bold.
Yeah. Sins, Paddy.
Sins. Although sins are gone now, aren't they? It's something different now. Something different. They've changed.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what's different about it? Oh no, that's Weight Watchers.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember what it's called now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
What's going on with you, Paddy? That's my little life update.
um,
Maintenance and running.
fair play on the running. I detest running. Detest
Yeah.
it. What are you doing? Like
I think
couch
I'll
to
be
5K or something? No.
no, just technique for the minute.
And
Yeah.
what's the thing in your ear that is like an app that you're listening to as you do it or something?
So my Pilates instructor, Emer, Fitness with Emer, on Instagram, she used to be a running coach and a breath work coach. She actually
Okay.
still does it, and she
Yeah.
devised her own kind of podcast. Is it a
Yeah.
podcast? Yeah, and
Yeah.
you listen to it, and it literally takes you from your very first step of a run, and
Getcha.
it talks you through how your body should feel, how your arms should be moving along. And what I found really helpful was that just think about if there was somebody behind you, they should be able to see the soles of your feet. And
Mm,
also, if you think about it like this, when you go to run, the ground should see your shins.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
And that's
I,
she actually commented on my video and she said, "Oh my God, your technique is really good." And I said, "Well, yeah, I'm listening to you.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
my
yeah, yeah.
ears."
Yeah, yeah, it's gas.
Yeah,
Yeah, I say
yeah.
running it does nothing for me. Nothing. Like that's why last
Mm,
year when I did the 5K day thing in January, I hated it so much.
yeah, yeah. You did really well on that though. You raised money for what charity was it?
Women's Aid, I think it was about
Women's Aid.
1,400 euro, I think it was.
Wow. Wow. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I didn't enjoy it at all. Like in terms of doing something to push myself out of my comfort zone, it massively did that. Really, really did. In fairness.
That's what I'm doing this for. And
In
also,
terms of
Paddy,
yeah,
sorry, go on.
sorry, no, you go. You're the boss.
Okay. I forgot what I was going to say now.
Okay, good. Woo.
In terms of
In terms of myself, so I had said like in our last episode that I would give a proper update on like my Wegovy journey and all that kind of stuff. Um, so and before I go ahead, you know what I'm going to say, folks, but just it's so important that I stress this that this next conversation that we're having is really again me just sharing my experience of how the last kind of 3 months ish or whatever it is have been. It's not in any way, shape, or form saying that, this particular medication is better than that medication, or you should do this medication over that at all, or even that you should be on a medication. Okay. Super important. I stress that. This is honestly me just giving an insight to how life has been. So, I made the decision that I pretty much feel like I was not a responder to Wegovy, Belinda, which surprised me. We had spoke before about how, at times people were, going at it for like a week or two and then suddenly like changing again and stuff like that. And, you need to
so
be
you
given
need
things.
to say you need to say then how long you were on it.
Yeah. So I was on like for, I think it ended up being like 11-ish weeks, like just shy of 3 months.
It's long
Yeah.
enough
Just
for
shy of three
anybody.
months. And, what I found was that for the most part, week on week, not every week, but for the most part, I was finding that my weight was continuing. Can you make enough noise there, Belinda?
Sorry, my batteries. Oh, I'm not plugged in, Paddy. Wait.
Belinda.
Oh, I know. What a rookie mistake.
Oh my God.
Boom.
Listeners, we apologize for this.
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
But yeah, what I was saying is that kind of for the most part, week on week, my weight was increasing, continuing to go up. And the sugar cravings were really, really strong. That took me by surprise. The appetite was not really getting suppressed much at all, even on like as I titrated. So for me, it was like I didn't feel I was getting really any therapeutic response, regardless of where I was in that. So over that space of time, I had regained a stone and a half.
And at no point in that near 3 months did you lose weight.
Like there was a bit of kind of up and down a little bit, if you get me, but no, there was no weight loss, if you get me, compared to when I started or that.
Yes, yes.
So yeah, and like it was a bit of a head wreck.
That's what I was going to ask you. Would that have taken you straight back to pre-medication days?
Some of the habits were like in terms of going back tracking my food. I do not. I've said it before. I'm not a fan of my Fitness Pal or using it or that. For me, that's probably the equivalent for you of like the slimming rooms. You know,
Yeah,
like I find that kind of almost triggering going back tracking
yeah.
food to that extent and stuff. But I found myself going back to doing that and going back obsessing about food more.
Because
And
of the anxiety that you were having around
yeah,
weight gain
about the
and the
weight gain.
medication not working.
And I was trying to constantly challenge myself to stay rational and to, not freak out too much. But that was extremely hard week on week to be like, no, you need to give it a fair chance, give it a fair chance. Um, but
Hard.
just very hard, very, very
Yeah.
hard. And particularly,
Compared to what you had come from.
I think that, but also in comparison to seeing other people who either were on Wegovy or who had moved to Wegovy and were having success with it. Do you know?
Mm,
And when you're there, like, oh, I'm trying to, I guess even this mindset of, oh, but I'm doing all the things I should be doing. Like, I'm doing the right things and I'm gaining weight again. And like a fairly substantial amount of weight. Now, as we know, I am the type of person that gains weight really, really quickly. So that in
same.
itself wasn't a massive shock. But the morning that I stood on the scales, like at my lowest, I was 15 and a half stone. And when I stood on the scales and saw 17 stone
My
one,
God.
I was like, oh, and
And how far in was that?
that
That
was
was
literally near
the
that
last
kind of
straw. Yeah,
getting near that 3 month mark.
yeah.
So I was like, I think this is the point now to review things and yeah. So anyway, the decision was made to go
When
back
was the decision made?
like only a couple of weeks ago. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So still early days, like in terms of kind of moving back and stuff like that. Because you do have to allow a period of time between the kind of
Wash
medications and,
wash out.
um,
Are
you
you
provide.
sorry, have you gone back to consistently weighing yourself now? Is that kind of getting in on you? The fact that you had put up that much weight?
Um, the it's not, no, it's not massively playing in my head, so it's not, in fairness, not
Okay.
now, because I know
You're going into a
hopefully.
safe place.
Well, I hope so. I mean, like the
No,
thing
you
is,
will.
you have to kind of see again how it reacts, because anecdotally, you can kind of see whereby, I've had people say to me, "Oh, I've stopped started," and I don't get the same response. And I've heard a few people saying that kind of thing,
Hmm.
So I guess there is that little bit of fear of, oh, I have stopped and started before, and I had my surgery this time last year. What's going to be like? So yeah, but I guess I am feeling more optimistic, maybe just about my journey and kind of where I am, and things feel a bit more familiar. So we'll just have to see, you do, or at least the advice for me was that, I'd have to start back pretty much at the start again and
Lowest.
kind of work my way. So yeah, so there's a whole kind of journey there, but I am feeling kind of optimistic. But I think the biggest thing for me again was just, it was starting to really impact my headspace. The kind of habits, the behaviors were feeling,
Quietness.
yeah, they were feeling more like a Paddy that I thought I'd moved away from.
Yeah.
Um,
Was the noise really loud, Paddy?
do you know what happened? It wasn't so much the food noise. It was more so the craving sweet things specifically. And
But
like,
isn't the craving for sweet things, is that, would you not consider that noise? Because you wouldn't have that on the medication you're going into again now.
well, we don't know. We're going to have to see how I respond
Yeah,
this time.
but
Previously, I didn't
okay,
know, but
previously you didn't.
previously I wouldn't have. Maybe like I would have classified my food noise as being more, as soon as I wake up in the morning, I'm thinking about food, and then I'm thinking about food all day, every day. I
Yeah.
wouldn't say I
Yeah,
wouldn't
yeah,
say I'd
yeah.
gotten back to that point. Only for, say, if I had something sweet or there's something sweet in the cupboard, that was a whole spiral
Your
then for the rest of the day.
your ability to actually eat more of that. Yeah.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
was far greater than before, and it's specifically the sweet things.
Yeah.
And then
And this is why I find this medication absolutely fascinating, is how it does that, how it has that psychological, well, beneficial
yeah,
psychological um
yeah,
impact on us, it's
yeah. So
crazy. Yeah.
it is, but yeah, and I say that it's just that absolute inability for that duration of time to feel full again, like, was just crazy.
The ability was there
To eat,
do.
and yeah, and that's why I said it felt it, and that made me nervous. But I said I was trying, me, I try and be really rational, I try and kind of be
Yeah.
logical, but even at that, with all my experience and insight and all that kind of stuff, it still did spook me a bit. So did,
Yeah. And that's
but
fair. That's fair, because you've lived your life so long without it now,
yeah, yeah,
with that peace and quiet from it.
but yeah. So anyway, that was the update. So look at over the coming, I guess, weeks and months, I'll be able to give a bit more insight, see how things are going. But I say I am feeling a bit more optimistic. Yeah, and we'll kind of see how things go. Obviously, I'll be putting bits up on my socials as well. You can find me there over at A Dose of Paddy. And what, Belinda, we don't actually mention our socials a huge amount. I'm at A Dose of Paddy.
And I'm at GLP-1 Insights.
GLP-1 Insights, yeah.
Or
Yeah.
Belinda Hogan. You can find.
Do you know?
I don't know. I think it's
I,
GLP-1 Point Insights.
yeah. What was the point? What was the idea with the point in the middle of it when you were picking your username?
I changed my username,
Yeah, but
and
why?
yeah, I don't know. It wouldn't. I don't know. It just made me do it.
Oh, okay.
Ugh, don't
But yeah,
ask me.
so you can
Half the
find
time
us
I don't
on.
even know my own email address, Paddy. Never mind my handle.
I don't know your email address either, because
Paddy.
you have like 4 of them.
Paddy, do you know when I got the reminder for this bloody podcast, do you know how many emails I got? Stop fucking emailing every single email address I have. Just use my one email. I had 8 right in the middle of Pilates. Bing, 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 bing.
Well,
I'm going to kill you if you don't stop. And do you know what I did then? I replied maybe to all of them.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, I might be there. I might not.
Yeah, you might be.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have too many email addresses. That's the problem. You have too many.
I have them, but you don't need to fucking use them. Just use my one.
But you've given them to me at different points for different things.
Yeah. Grand. Now, I was going to say something else, and I can't remember.
Yeah? What?
It's obviously not worth talking about.
It's obviously lies. We also recently got to meet up with some friends, Belinda. You got to meet them for the first time.
Yeah. My God, it feels like 3 years ago now. It was only the weekend.
Yeah.
Yep. We have Paul, who I hadn't met, and we had lovely Freya, who I hadn't met. But you'd already met them.
So I'd met Paul and I'd met Freya. So Paul and Freya are both on kind of various stages of weight loss journeys. You may have seen them. We've done some TikTok lives with them.
Pen Pals.
Pen Pals, yeah. Fantastic name, whoever come up with that. But yeah, you'll probably see them in our socials. But I had met them both before individually. I'd met Freya over in England before, and then I had met Paul last summer, both through kind of worky type bits.
Yeah.
But you had never met them. Yeah, it was your first time.
Do you know what? And I didn't think all that time we spent together, I never thought for 1 minute, oh my God, I can't believe I just met these people.
Yeah.
And if I had thought that, it would have been, it feels like I've known them for so long, but we've been online friends for so long now, so.
And that's what I was going to say, like the value of community on this journey and actually making real friends. I know we've spoke about like social media before and how toxic can be and all that kind of stuff, but there can be an opportunity. And I'm sure there's people out there listening that have hopefully made friends, whether that be in a WhatsApp group or a Facebook group or via TikTok
or a support group like the next chapter.
Yeah, a support group, or like even I know there's some of the ladies that have done the movement room that are like keeping in touch and have become friends and stuff like that with me.
Yeah.
And it's just so lovely to see. And I think because like it's odd, as much as we're on this journey and like I talk to you every day, outside of that, there wasn't many people that I would actually have regular conversations. Like unless somebody comes up to me in the street and talks to me, like it's it
I
can feel
am
like,
I am meeting more people IRL in real life that are
yeah,
now on this journey and out and proud.
yeah.
I think I'm meeting more people that are still in the closet. And that brings me on to a message I received this week. And it was one of my subscribers. And she said I could speak about it. I made a video on it in the next chapter. But she is on her journey, and another member of her family is on the same journey. Now, the other member of the family is out and about and proud that she's
Yeah.
on it. But my lady is very quiet, very kind of private about it. And she would have overheard somebody saying, if I was paying that amount of money, I would expect to be losing a hell of a lot more weight than she has. And
Yeah.
that in itself is the exact reason why my lady never opens her mouth about it. Because there is still, as long as we are talking about this, Paddy, and as long as this medication is being spoken about, it doesn't feel like it's moving away from that. It doesn't feel
Because,
like it's moving away from you're cheating, you're taking a
yeah,
shortcut, you know?
I,
But
I
in
think, but I think as well, part of that is the misconception that others have that they're comparing this to a diet. And you
yeah,
can't do that.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
like comparing glasses to cling film. Do you know what I mean?
100%. Yep.
Like it's just,
100%.
it's like no, no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I don't know if you saw I have an email that we got. I don't know if you've seen this
Okay.
one. I won't read out the name. But yeah, I'll share some of it. Hi, Paddy and Belinda. I have recently discovered your podcast and felt compelled to write to you about a couple of things. Firstly, 3 weeks ago, I started on Manjaro after trying and failing many times to lose weight, but to keep it off when I had. After a life in which I have always been overweight, including school bullying, I decided that enough was enough. I must confess to being a weight loss jab skeptic before, but mainly through lack of knowledge. Once I made the decision, within 3 days, the food noise that had dogged me my whole life was suddenly
Oh.
quietened. I'm not ashamed to admit that I cried that first week and found the whole thing
Oh.
incredibly emotional. I felt that someone had opened the door to a future that I had never seen before. It would appear that I
Mate, that
am.
actually gives me goosebumps, Paddy, because that's exactly how people feel on it.
Yeah,
She's very eloquent there now. That's great.
yeah, it's man, just to clarify.
That's right.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
It would appear that I am a super responder, based on the weight I've lost in the first 3 weeks. I know that I have to retrain my brain for the future, and this is where I find your podcast and other content so vital. The nutritional information alone is fascinating, but the banter between the two of you is lovely to hear. Banter? I'm fucking deadly serious. Anything I say to that.
Paddy, who is that man? Get him on our podcast
You're
immediately.
doing my head in, Belinda. Um, I am from the UK, but Dad is from Ireland. I adore Ireland. Been there many times. Love your accents and all the colloquial phrases. I know I'd love. Thank you for all you both do to highlight your ELP ones and to provide sensible, sound advice whilst being entertainment. Don't let any trolls get you down. Oh, yeah, we try our best. We try our best. There's always people who would rather drag others down than lift themselves up. These are lazy, inferior humans who should be ignored.
Yay.
Please keep up the good work. But if I could just ask one quick question before I go. I am just working my way through old episodes, so please forgive me if you've answered this on the podcast. Actually, I'm amazed the amount of people that have said that they've recently started our podcast from the start.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
what
great.
a
Yeah.
what
What
an
a win.
adventure! What an
Yeah.
adventure you're in for, folks.
Yeah.
What do you think the impact of tablet forms of these medications as opposed to injections will be? I believe they're near to market. Do you also think they will have a cost reduction? Many
Mm-hmm.
thanks to you both again. What you're doing is so important. A beacon of light in a dark sea of misinformation. All the best. Thank you so much to the person that sent us in that.
Thank
Really,
you
really appreciate
so
it.
much. That was just amazing.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
And like,
Fabulous.
so delighted that you are finding your
Peace.
space and your calmness and your peace. Like it's
Yeah.
and hopefully that will have ripple effects into other aspects of life and just.
And it will.
Yeah,
It will. And
yeah,
it'll continue. And you absolutely, do you know what? The best is yet to come for him. It
yeah.
really is, because we know how bloody exciting it is and how amazing it can be, you know, without
When you
obviously
find
overstating it.
No, but when you find that confidence in yourself, and whether that be like you in the gym, say, doing something that you've not done before, and you're doing like your RDLs, or you're doing your running, like that confidence from that, or whether it be just, having worked on say the nutrition stuff, and you're like, oh, I don't need to track this anymore, and I don't need to do
Yeah.
this, and I can have
Yeah.
this, or
And he'll
even the
get
thing,
there. He'll get to that point as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
or even it's a case of standing in the mirror
Yeah. Well,
and just feeling,
still not keen on that.
yeah, but
With
it's
my
even,
clothes on, fine. With my clothes off, no.
yeah, but like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Ooh.
it's a fascinating journey. But I think in
Yeah.
terms of the tablets, I like, I don't know. I think
We're following
what
a dude, aren't we, from America? That started
mm,
it a couple of weeks
y-
ago. Yeah.
yeah, and also I seen one of the doctors in America had a post up actually yesterday about the feedback that they were getting,
Okay.
that people were finding it, obviously from a convenience perspective, it was easier for traveling. They were more likely to stay adherent when they were traveling, and that they found the highs and lows of titration and stuff like that was a lot more leveled.
Yes. That's what I
And
heard as well. Yeah.
in terms of the cost, I don't know. I don't know. Like you'd hope so, because it's something that is easier to store and it's different form and all that. But so you'd hope that there would be a cost impact on it, because obviously what you want is that treatment is accessible for people. And as we
Yeah.
know right now, it is painfully
It
difficult for
is.
so many people to maintain the medical treatment that they need, which is so
Yeah.
unfair. So
Yeah.
unfair, like, you know?
I've been giving out about it this week alone, like, haven't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
mad. It's just mad.
Yeah.
So
Because
hope
even there are people out there that think that we we get this for free.
for
Jeez.
oh God. No,
What
I
did I
can.
say in our group text the other day? I'm absolutely gutted. I like it's going to cost me whatever the
Yeah, yeah,
full.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
don't want to
Yeah.
mention money, but whatever. Yeah,
Yeah. It's just,
it's a
and it is
killer. It's a
because,
killer.
like, when you have other costs, like when you have kids, say, that are at school, or it's coming up to midterm and you need to spend money on, doing activities with them, or you're
Or
trying to pay, or Belinda, my gas bill came in at 700 quid. Do you know what
mine
I mean?
was
Like,
700 just for gas.
yeah.
You need to calm that down, Paddy.
Well, it was winter and our fire is gas and our heating. Do you know what I mean? Like, so it
Well,
covers
our
that.
heating is gas and our electricity is electric, obviously.
Is
And
it
both
your
of those,
electric?
yeah,
Your electricity
but
isn't
both of
gas.
those, listen, both of those combined were only €900, and we're a family of 5 with a dog
For how long?
for the 3 months.
Oh yeah. So ours was.
That's shocking.
Yeah, but Belinda, I work from home. I'm at home
I know,
all day,
Paddy.
every
I
day.
know. And I know what you'd be doing with the heating and the gas fire. I know
Yeah,
you'd be
just be on all
hotboxing
day.
yourself.
I do,
Yeah,
yeah. Put
yeah.
in a wee
Stop it.
jug
Put a
of water.
snooty on you.
No, 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 no,
Ugh.
no, 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 no.
Yeah.
I need to be able to go around in my shorts and t-shirt and be warm.
Myself and Sean actually told our teenager this morning that our washing machine was broken because she's literally using it so often. We had to tell her it's broken. Now she's after breaking it. Use the bathroom. Use the sink in the
Important.
bathroom.
But no, but I guess like the serious point we're making is that there is such a huge
Yeah.
consideration in terms of cost. There is
Yeah.
and like hopefully you would hope that something like a tablet form might help influence
Alleviate
that.
some of that. Yeah.
And even aside from that, as I think, where we are now versus say even 18 months ago is drastically different in terms of like when's the last time we heard talk about shortages. But yeah, so hopefully we will see an impact on the price, like, but I guess time will tell. Like, it was interesting, we saw some release of different strengths and stuff like that in the UK, and the pricing wasn't as bad as what I thought and stuff, so that was interesting to
Go
see.
away. Cover that for me there, Paddy. What was it again?
So basically there was just a new strength of Wegovy came out, so there was.
Yes, I
Yeah.
did. I did speak about that actually. Yeah.
So interesting. So there is things happening. There is, I know, like in some countries, I think it's the like patent for Ozempic, Wegovy, semaglutide, is I think expiring in some countries, which is potentially going to open it up to maybe some generics and stuff like that. Again, in particular countries, not everywhere. So I think, there is movement happening. Obviously, over the next few years, there is a lot happening as well in terms of different medications and that. I can't remember when it is, but in this season, before we finish, we're also going to be talking to somebody that was on the Rudder 2 trials. So that's going to be really, really interesting. actually, speaking of the things that we have still on this season, we still have, um, we're recording with Nikki, who we spoke with in season 1, who is such a phenomenal coach, was Belinda's coach, kind of health coach for a very, very long time. A wonderful human. Our next episode, I think it is going to be with Nikki. We have Sarah on, who is going to share her story of kind of weight loss. Sarah's based in the UK and has experience of a few different bits and pieces like that. And then, as I say, we have Mimi joining us as well. So we've like some really interesting episodes still to come this season as well, off the podcast, along with obviously myself and Belinda's usual normal random shite too. So too.
I love it. Yeah. I'm so looking forward to Mimi and to Nikki and to Sarah. They're all amazing.
They are
amazing women. They're fabulous in such different ways, you know.
Yeah.
Sarah's actually one of my girls in my support group in the next chapter.
Yes.
She's brilliant. Yeah. She's come so far and had the most amazing journey.
Yeah, and Sarah's done some of the movement room stuff with me and that as well. So really excited for
yes, she did, didn't she? Yeah.
Yeah. Also, some other things to mention is our friend Paul that we mentioned a moment ago. He was on a podcast recently with Mark. Check that out. I think I reshared that as well. And Paul will have, and also McCruddy, who we had on last season. Was it, Belinda?
No, do you know what? It was the season before.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Because I went back to Shara.
Wow. Was on a podcast with the two Johnnies, talking about weight loss medication and all that kind of stuff. So there is, it's great to hear.
There's a lot going on in this world at the moment, isn't there? Yeah.
As I kind of said, I think it's great to see that there is more advocacy for healthcare and for breaking down bias and breaking down stigma. And that is what we need. So it is.
Yeah. And also just, I want to say as well that on this journey, you are allowed to keep your journey private.
100%.
You do not owe anybody your progress or your timeline or your weight or your plate. So keep that in mind.
Yeah.
If you were on a different medication, you wouldn't feel the need to run out and tell everybody all about it. But I tell you one thing, Paddy, this is just coming up more and more and more often. And I see it more in my group than anywhere else. The people are carrying such shame around it.
Yeah.
And that's really, really hard, you know, and especially when people are now coming out of the woodwork and saying, she definitely has to be on it. Oh my God, she's definitely on it. This is what's happening now, you know, but it's hard to keep yourself private in these times, you know.
And it is.
But you can do. You owe nothing to no one.
Yeah. I think the only kind of fear, and I don't know, maybe fear, I don't know where my head is at with this, whereby if you're somebody that maybe has a public presence and you're making people believe that you're losing weight in a particular way, and you're not being fully transparent about. I don't that because obviously you have a right to the privacy of what you're doing, but then equally on the other hand,
if your platform is about transparency, then
that's I haven't figured that bit out in my head, because yes, you have the right to privacy, but don't be doing like smoke and mirrors. Or, do you know what I mean? Like, it feels like a bit of a mismatch if you're out there then saying, oh, well, I'm doing this and look at the weight I'm losing, if there's something else actually that you're doing. That's the only thing.
And there has been cases of that.
There has. Yeah.
Especially I followed an American lady. She was a nurse, and I followed her since back in the day of keto, which was 2018. I started that. And about 8 months ago, she was found out that she was on that medication, and she was cancelled.
I think that's my fear, is not so much that the person doesn't have right to privacy. Of course you do. I think it's more so worrying about what backlash might they get if suddenly somebody was coming out like, look, I know I've said I was just like, do need less, move more, but actually for the last X amount of time I've always been on A, B or C.
What would you do? What would you do if somebody you had followed for years and was really, really interested in their journey and took inspiration from their journey and listened to them speak about nutrition and movement and exercise, and then they came out and said, well, it's been 6 months now and I've been on a GLP-1. Bang, unfollow. Paddy,
don't know. Like it would make me stop and go,
Hang on a minute.
how do I feel about this? I would need to sit with how do I feel? Because obviously, look, you want to be delighted the person's healthier, happier, but equally, if you have a platform,
Based on
yeah, I'm just thinking,
authentication, being authentic in your story, in your
yeah.
life. If you're going to do this, you have to do it properly. Like I couldn't
But
have come
then,
on.
but then going back to everybody has the right to their privacy.
But they do. So keep it private.
Yeah.
So keep that part of your life private.
Don't go out there banging the drum about like, oh, eat less, move more type thing. If in reality there's more at work.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's.
But also, what you just said there now, you might misconstrue. Like, if you're going to have a platform and you're going to be doing the eat less, move more, nutrition, exercise stuff, and you are taking a GLP-1, if you come out and say that, you have to expect the absolute worst of people.
Oh yeah, well that's there
The
is
absolute worst.
We have seen the worst of some people show up at different times in different spaces, which is I know we've spoke about that before, but
Paddy, we've had people set up numerous accounts to follow us and to degrade us. Well, mostly you, actually. I don't get a lot of that. We know who they are.
Yeah, I know, it's
so
gas.
funny.
Okay, here though.
Yeah.
Nothing related to like
cancel culture.
Like that. Well, no, but I have 2 TikToks. I have my one where I share like my weight loss journey, and then I had another one that I had before that. Anyway, long story. But the other one, I did a video ages ago about
farmers.
Should we ban tractors from the road?
Yes, and you did one about cycling. Sean told me about it. He said, "What's this Paddy? This Paddy fell on about? Hey, he's going to get cancelled." I said, "He's doing it for rage bait."
The absolute hatred.
It was so funny. I was reading it eating my breakfast.
But Belinda, what you don't see is when I go into my filtered comments.
Yes.
So the ones that TikTok has held back because it deems it's abusive, I went in a one.
You
of
can
those videos.
See them.
There is 31 comments of abuse on one of those videos. 31 that is not published because TikTok has held them back.
That makes me so happy.
Shut the F up, you useless. See you next Tuesday. Has this effing idiot any clue what he's saying?
Did you put this on your Irish one now?
You can F off, you effing knob.
It is as well.
Like
I can see it.
It just these are private messages. Like
I don't like you.
Didn't make it. Yeah. You're nothing but a gobshite. Fair. But it just really highlighted to me just how easy it is for people to be nasty online, and how serious people take things that are said with like a bit of tongue in cheek and a bit of kind of, but yeah. The cyclist
it is on your dose of Paddy.
I reshared it, I think, over there.
Yeah.
The one then about the cyclists, a little bit of hate, but no, the tractors. I definitely annoyed the farmers with the one about the tractors. So I did.
No, it's the cyclist I'm looking at.
So here, I'll see if I can play it right.
Noisy people in hotels.
Wish now, here.
Quick one for my Irish friends there. Can we ban tractors from Irish roads during like other hours where there's cars on the road? I was driving today for 3 hours, and I'd say a good half an hour that was because some tractor decided it was appropriate to drive at like less than half the speed limit. Now, I could also be tempted to add some cyclists in here as well, and that maybe cyclists and tractors should be barred when cars are on the road. It's ridiculous. Rude, selfish people. And like this tractor, it wasn't going for just like, 2 minutes up the road. No problem. If you are transporting your like baby potatoes from one field to the other, that's no problem. But this tractor was legitimately on these windy, bendy main roads for like half an hour.
Yeah.
How very dare they?
Such
rage bait, clickbait.
I very much annoyed farmers with that. Now, interestingly, the majority of the farmers were saying, though, ban the cyclists.
Yeah. Because they can't take him over.
Yeah, but also, that I did get a bit flippant where people were like, where do you think your food comes from? And I was like, little.
People just As Alan Clark would say, they would just give you the shits.
Oh God.
You love it, Paddy.
But it's interesting. But of course, I have huge love.
I
and
would
respect
never
for
do anything like
agricultural
that.
Community. Yeah, but that's on my other page. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
I know. I just wouldn't. Even if it was on my normal page, I wouldn't. I'd never do that to try and upset people, to rage bait them.
Well, it wasn't to try and upset people. I think it's a
valid
point at times.
That was your intention.
No.
That was made with no other intention to piss people off.
Would the roads not be a better place if tractors were held off it from like certain hours of the day? No. Can we ban bad drivers who can't pass slow vehicles? Fair.
That's actually annoying.
But
That's
this
more
came
annoying.
from, I was going up the north and I was on this country, really, really windy road, and there was no space to take over for about half an hour. Legitimately, like this was a proper windy country road, and the tractor was just going very, very slow, and it didn't pull in anywhere either, and I just got vexed. You know, of course, I love our farmers that bring us our potatoes and our steaks and our whatnot, and our mushrooms and stuff, you know, but just not when you're holding me up. Right, Belinda, that's all the words I have to say to you today, I think.
Well, this has been a long 46 minutes, Paddy.
Well, God love you. I
wouldn't mind that we were on here half an hour before we even started recording, talking shit.
We were. Folks, as always, thank you so much for tuning in. I'd say we have some lovely episodes coming over the next 2 weeks. I'd say with Nikki, with Sarah, with Mimi, and then we'll be getting ready to wrap up season 3 of The Dose in kind of probably late March,
and go into
April
season
time.
4,
which is crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
What was our stats now lately, Paddy? Our stats are getting quite good, aren't they?
We had a crazy January in terms of listenership, our highest month, you know, like peaking at over like 2,000 a week, streams a week, of which a very high percentage were video streams, actually, which is interesting, through Spotify.
Which is fab.
Yeah, but I remember Spotify.
We'll have to start upping our visuals. I need to get a better background.
Which one of us has a shower curtain behind them?
Not me. You've got an AI thing behind you.
Yeah.
I might get a little sparkly The Dose written backwards, so it can just hang there over my head.
But it doesn't need to be backwards.
It does.
It only looks backwards on your version of what you're looking at.
Ah, seriously?
Yeah. Like if I'm looking at this now on video, The Dose is backwards for me, but it's okay for you.
It's okay for me, yeah. That's wild. Oh my God, the technology.
Belinda's learning about mirror image. Wow. Anyway, folks, look at. If you want to get in touch, send us a message. I said the WhatsApp is in the notes, along with the links to our socials and groups and stuff like that as well. Give us a follow if you're on the Spotify or on the Apple. It does help us a lot. And the next time we talk to you, it will be with Nikki.
Nikki, fab. Yeah.
Belinda, any final words of wisdom?
Yeah, I just want to reiterate about how you are allowed to keep your journey private and you owe nothing to nobody.
Grand, I'm not going to tell you anything more about my journey, Belinda.
See ya.
Bye. This podcast shares personal experiences only. It is not medical advice. Always speak with a qualified healthcare professional about your own healthcare decisions. Any treatments mentioned are part of personal stories and are not recommendations or promotion of any medicines.